We are here doing on-site process audits, okay? So one of the first things, the reason why we do process audits is to assure that the process is running based on our management expectation. We have several tools that we use to confirm that we're running to those specifications, and then we have the specification themselves that we need out here on the line that we're going to be grading on. What we use to confirm the line is running where it should be at is the work instruction sheet. So these are sheets that are primarily developed by engineering and approved by production management. We're using these tools right now with our audit sheets to verify that the process is capable of doing what we expect it to do, okay? One of the examples that we have, and there's many examples of audit sheets here at TG Missouri, our Safety System Division, we use our QDICs, where we really are looking at the overall process. Then we also are looking at the operator process audit sheet. So this is where we're really focusing on the operator, what their capabilities are, and whether they're following the work instruction correctly. When conducting the process audits, okay, the one mindset you have to have as a supervisor, it's very difficult. This is your process, you see it every day. It's important for you to go into that process with the understanding of, I'm looking at this for the first time. You know, you can go into somebody else's house and ask why the furniture is arranged what it is, but if you go into your house, it's difficult. So we want to kind of go in that mindset where, hey, I'm going to question everything, you know, and every step, how it is here. I'm going to pretend like I've never seen this process before, and I'm looking how it should be done. Okay. So you're basically going to be going line item by line item based on the audit sheet, checking to make sure that the operator, one, understands what the checks are and that they're following the checks like they should.
So I'm going through here and making a checkup. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so now that we concluded the audit, you know, a couple things that we need to keep in mind. Okay, one, these audits are critical to ensure that the process is up to our management's capabilities. You know, it's important to get management involved to follow up and make sure that these audits are being done correctly. If they're not, you're only as good as how critical you are in your audit. So your process is only going to meet the expectations that you put on them and that I put on them as a manager. So you know, that's very important. And then that we do it in a timely manner, and then the operators understand their role in it as well. So we completed the audit. In this case, the audit passed. Okay, the process is capable of what we are. We get to the end of the audit and we have a failure. Okay, that is something that's got to raise some red flags. So essentially it creates a 4M situation. We've got to get engineering involved, other support groups, and we've got to get this process as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible up to the point where we can pass the next audit. So we want to do another audit either the following day or maybe even later on that afternoon after the changes and the countermeasures are put in place, so that we make sure that it passes like it's supposed to.
Standard work audits are extremely important. It's an important tool for the supervisor to use to verify that the standards are being followed by the production team members. Once you have a work standard in place and that has been taught, you use the standard work audit as a tool to check adherence of that standard. And why are standards important? Because once standards are in place, it makes it easy to see when something is out of standard or abnormal. Abnormalities become very easy to see. And the only way to do that is to have a clear and a clear standard that's judged or checked upon on some frequency. Adherence to the standard, so either skipping steps is a frequent issue, or sometimes it's even adding steps, additional steps that are not called out in the standard. And then obviously once those are identified, they need to be corrected on the spot or at least with the team member in a timely fashion. So the audits are done periodically once per month, and it should be performed by the supervisor of that area, ideally. Leader techs can perform those as well. But then the results of the audits are all summarized and reported out by the manager to upper management on a monthly basis. And again, that allows resources to be allocated to the problem areas instead of just the entire department spread out. So typically you're going to have X percentage of employees that need a little coaching. High flow out from a process, you're going to have to look at probably at several different angles, but one is, yes, do I have a standard in place? and am I following that? So again, question one: does the standard exist? If it does, are we following that? If not, then yes, that could lead to direct flow out to the customer potentially. Another metric would be so basically your downtime. So downtime tracking. Obviously, if you're having a lot of machine troubles, it could potentially lead to flow out. And then a straight defect rate would be another thing to look at.